Let's be honest, Christmas in Nigeria is all about rice, pop up, chin chin, small chops, spring rolls, samosa, ah, everything. Hmm. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I am eating now. That is 3 days after Christmas. That is helping me to reset my body after Christmas. In this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what I am eating as a Nigerian woman who is doing intermittent fasting. I'm actually doing 18/6, which means I fast for 18 hours and I'll eat within a fasting window of 6 hours. So, as a Nigerian woman who is doing the 18/6 fasting method to reset my body without starving myself. And no, I am not doing any of those weight loss teas that just end up purging you. I am not doing any of those slimming pills that I just don't know what they are. I am using real food, healthy food to nourish my body and also reset my system. Quick disclaimer here, I am not a fitness coach. I am not a weight loss guru. I am simply a Nigerian woman who is a wife and a mom that is trying to lose weight just like you. And I have to do that in an environment where I have to cook for my children every day. I have to cook for my family every day. And I'm also using the everyday Nigerian foods. So I am not going for all the whole foreign foods and all of that. I am doing this strictly using foods that are easily available to us in the Nigerian market here. So if you have been eating like there is no tomorrow throughout this festive season, before Christmas, during Christmas, and after Christmas, and you're looking for a way to reset your body, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be fasting for 18 hours, which of course started last night, and I'm going to be eating within a window of 6 hours. So this means that I'm going to start eating my first meal, which is my breakfast, by 1 p.m. And I'm going to ensure that I eat my last meal before 7 p.m. today. So that's a window of 6 hours for me to eat. But then this does not mean that you must go and start out with fasting for 18 hours. I'm fasting for 18 hours because I am already used to it. You can actually train your body to start fasting for longer periods, but you need to ease into it. So you can start with like 12 hours, for example. If you're fasting for 12 hours, it means that if your last meal the previous day was by 8 p.m., that means that you're going to be eating your next meal by 8 a.m. the next morning. That means no late night snacks and no binging and nothing at all in between. And so you eat between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. and you close up for the night again. So you gently ease off like that. You can also choose to go 14 hours fasting. You can go 16 hours fasting. I'm actually doing this 18 hours just to be able to reset my body again into the fasting mode, because throughout this week that led up to Christmas, today is currently Sunday, the 28th of December. So starting from Monday, that was the 23rd, that was when I was still fasting, but I was eating a lot of junk and all that, and I wasn't very strict on my timing. So I want to ease back off into that. But before Monday, the 23rd of December, I was actually fasting for 20 hours and eating within a 4 hours window. So I would fast up till 3 p.m. and then I will eat from 3 p.m. and eat my last meal by 7 p.m. and I'll close up till 3 p.m. the next day. But I just do not want to be so hard on myself. That's why I am now resetting my body by starting off with 18 hours of fasting and eating for 6 hours, and then I know that within a week, I would feel much better to go back to fasting for 20 hours and eating within a 4 hours window. I hope that this is clear. So that disclaimer stands. Do not rush yourself. If you are completely new to fasting, please start with 12 hours a day. What do I eat or what do I take during my fasting period and my eating window? So in the morning when I wake up and I'm still fasting, I strictly take water. I strictly drink water. So it's either it is water, plain cold water, or plain warm water, depending on my mood for the day, depending on the weather as well, because I'm not going to wake up and I live in Abuja, which is really hot. I'm not going to wake up and everywhere is steaming hot and I'll go and drink hot water. It's just not realistic for me. So I started this whole fasting for 20 hours. I started this in November. So that was mid-November, before I took a break on the 23rd of December. Of course, I had already seen some results before taking that break. So I would take warm water, or I would take regular temperature water, or I'll take cold water. I can also take tea. So I could take black tea, I could take green tea, I could take, but you just have to ensure that during your fasting window, you do not take anything that contains calories. You can take coffee, and that coffee, you're not adding sugar, you're not adding milk to it. It's just going to be plain coffee. Of course, I'm not going to lie to you. If you are just going to now begin your fasting after this Christmas, it's not going to be easy for you to, just cut off food. So you can just start reducing your portions. So this is basically what I take in the mornings during my fasting window up until 3 p.m. when I was doing the 24 fasting. And now that I am starting 18/6, so up till 1 p.m., I'm going to be on flute only. So water, tea throughout. No juices. Even if it is a healthy juice, I'm not taking healthy juice because it contains calories and it is going to break my fast. So my breakfast, which is around 1 p.m., I'm going to break my fast. Now, whenever you eat your first meal, that is actually what breakfast stands for. Breakfast does not mean that food that you eat early in the morning. No. So when I break my meal by 1 p.m., I'm going to be targeting a high protein meal. I'm going to ensure that my meal is high protein with high fiber. On some days, I could just have like two boiled eggs, three boiled eggs, and sometimes four boiled eggs alongside with some vegetables that I have sauteed, and maybe a half slice of sweet potato or half slice of yam. On this day, I'm actually going to be going for okpa. So I'm going to be eating okpa. If you are from the eastern part of Nigeria, then you're going to be familiar with okpa. So I'm going to be eating okpa, which is really high protein. Okpa is really high protein. It's also in the beans family, but it has much more protein and fiber content than the beans, the regular beans that we use for moi moi. If you are not familiar with okpa, or you just do not enjoy the taste, maybe because you're not used to it, you're not from the eastern part of Nigeria, you can choose to do moi moi. So one portion of moi moi alongside one boiled egg is going to give you adequate protein to break your fast. But on this day, I am doing upper, and I'm also pairing this with pap. So this is the mixed grain pap. I'm going to be eating this to break my fast, and I'm going to be adding 1 spoon of full cream milk. I see a lot of times the mistake that people make is that they now say, because I'm on a weight loss journey, I'm avoiding oil, I'm not going to be eating oil. You're just doing yourself more harm, because your body needs high quality fats. Even to burn fats, your body needs high quality fats. This is going to keep me full for hours because of the fiber and the protein content. If you go starting your day with something like bread, which is just high carb, and you're not even pairing it with enough protein and vegetables, you are going to feel hungry very soon, which is now going to, be counterproductive to the weight loss journey that you are trying to achieve. After this meal, I just go about my day. So, depending on the day it is, I could be going to church if it's a Sunday, I could be going to work, I could be doing some work on my laptop, I could just be doing house chores. So, I would just go about my day after eating my meal by 1 p.m. In between, around 3 or 4 p.m., I can choose to have a snack. Now, this snack is not compulsory. If I want to, if I feel like, then I have a snack. And this snack is not when you go eating puff puff and ching ching. No, you have to eat a snack that is going to be good for your body and also help your journey. So this snack could be like a few sticks of carrot. It could also be like half cup of Greek yogurt, something very light. If I want to have nuts, I could just have like a handful of nuts. So the goal is that you are not punishing your body. You are actually just listening to your body and trying to eat only when you are hungry. By 7 p.m., I am now going to be eating my dinner, which is my last meal for the day. So I try to now keep this light. Remember that my breakfast, which I had by 1 p.m., it was a heavy meal. So I try to keep it light. I do alternate it if I am eating a very light breakfast, like if I was just eating like 5 or 4 fried eggs for breakfast with vegetables. That's a really light breakfast. That means for dinner, I'm going to have something a little heavier. But since I had something heavy for breakfast, I am just going to go for something very light. And on this day, I am having a vegetable soup alongside with eba. Please, you people should stop running away from carbs just because you want to lose weight. Nigerian food is not the problem. The portion you're eating, the time you are eating, and other things that you ate along the line in that period also consist on what is making you to gain weight. I use my palm to measure it, so I'm ensured that the eba fits into my palm, and then I dropped it into my plate. So it's a small portion of eba, and then I'm having it with a lot of vegetable soup. Now this vegetable soup is afang soup. Inside this soup, I am having 4 pieces of meat. You see how I'm prioritizing my vegetables and my protein and eating a little carb along with it, and healthy fats from the palm oil. Just ensure that you have adequate protein, and your protein here can be your fish, your chicken, your beef, or even goat meat. I am having beef inside this vegetable soup. So try to control the portion of your carbs. That is not the time that you go and make 4 cups of eba and eat only you. What you need to eat plenty is the vegetable and the protein. As soon as it is 7 p.m. and I have finished this dinner, I completely stop eating for the night. I'm not going to be eating again until 1 p.m. the following day. So that completes my 18 hours of fasting and gives me a window of 6 hours for me to eat in, which is quite adequate. Now, in that period where you are fasting, your body now gets the chance to repair your system, to burn excess fat, because when you are hungry, your body now begins to eat the fats from your body. That is what autophagy is all about. It's about self-eating. Okay, so your body now begins to eat itself because it's hungry and it needs food. And if you do not feed it food from the outside, then it's going to eat the food from the inside. Your body is not going to be eating your organs, it's just going to go for the excess fat and you just cleanse your system. So, yeah, drink a lot of water, drink tea as much as you want, black tea, plain tea, and ensure that you try to move. Don't go doing heavy exercising during your fasting window. You can just take a walk if you want. That's what I do. Sometimes I even just walk around my house. I just came here to encourage somebody that if you are trying to reset your system after this Christmas holiday, you're trying to lose some weight that you have overeaten during the holiday, you are not alone. I am doing this alongside with you. And so if you would need a community, if you would need to see more of what I eat in a day and some other vital things regarding intermittent fasting, then do well to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification so that you are notified whenever I post a new video. And if there's anything regarding fasting that you would want me to talk about, especially from my own personal journey, then do well to also drop that in the comment section below. And I'll see you on the next video.